Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today we are in Manhattan. We're going to visit the Empire State Building, one of the top tourist attractions in Manhattan. We're going to head up 34th Street here to 5th Avenue. The Empire State Building's between 34th and 33rd on 5th. The Empire State Building stands at 1,250 feet, and if you include the antenna, it's 1,454 feet high. It was the tallest building in the world until 1970, when the Twin Towers were completed downtown. When the Twin Towers collapsed on 9/11, the Empire State Building once again was the city's tallest building until 2012. Since then, the Empire State Building has become the 7th tallest building in New York City and the 45th tallest building in the world. Before I forget, don't forget to watch this video all the way through, because the winner of our last $50 Amazon gift card giveaway will be announced. And as we continue up 34th, we're now at the intersection of 34th and 8th, and that round building in the background is Madison Square Garden. And obviously the Empire State Building looms larger and larger as we get closer and closer. One thing I always do, and it's great for tourists as well, is to use the Empire State Building as a point of reference, especially when you're coming out of the subway. All you have to do is look up. It's pretty much visible anywhere in the city, and when you do spot it, you'll know whether you're in Midtown, Uptown, or Downtown, east of Broadway or west of Broadway, and you pretty much know where you are. It's a great point of reference, like I said. Don't forget to look for Cabby, who always makes a cameo appearance in all my 4K videos. Sometimes he's easy to spot, other times not so much. Be the first to comment on the timestamp where Cabby is, and I'll give you a shout out on my next video. And we're just about a block away from the Empire State Building now. We're at Herald Square. That's Macys on our left. I just did a video on Macys. Make sure you check it out. There's a pizzeria in Macys called Stella's, and it's got a great view of the Empire State Building right outside its windows. So here's the game plan for visiting the Empire State Building. I always like to have a game plan before I start out on something. Downstairs, the first 2 levels is kind of like an Empire State Building museum, so we're definitely going to check that out. Then we're going to head up to the 80th floor, which is the lower of the 3 observation decks. It's also enclosed, and it was brand new. I think it was opened in 2019, so it's pretty brand new. Then we're going to head up to the 86th floor, which is the open observation deck, and that's the one that most people are familiar with regards to television shows and movie scenes. Then I have a special ticket, and we're going to go up to the 102nd floor, which isn't really even a floor. It's the base of the antenna. It's basically a 360-degree view. It's a small room. It only holds between a dozen or 20 people. And it's going to be nighttime by the time we get up there, so it's going to have awesome views, and it's going to be really cool. Here we have a little gallery of Empire State Building prints. Here's a model of the Empire State Building. There's quite a few of them on this floor and the 2nd floor, so makes for some good photo opportunities. Speaking of which, photo opportunity. These are the ticket kiosks. As you can tell by all the stanchions, the lines here can get incredibly long, sometimes several hours long, but we're in pretty good shape today. There's not much of a crowd here at all. Security's pretty tight in any building in Manhattan, but especially one as iconic as the Empire State Building. I'm going to have to surrender my camera equipment and take off my shoes, my belt, just like a TSA at the airport, TSA screening. So let's get through this, and then I'll return to recording. There, that wasn't too bad. Here's where you scan your ticket before you can actually enter the Empire State Building display areas here on the first and second floor. Kind of odd that this is after security, but whatever. And here's where a professional photographer will take a picture of you and your group, if you're with a group, and they'll hit you up on the way out. If you like the photograph, you can purchase it on the way out. That round cement block in front of us is the original survey marker when they were constructing the Empire State Building back in 1929. And there's a bunch of little surveys that you can look through here. I prefer not to shove my face where thousands of other faces have been, though, so I'm going to pass up on that. Here's a cool time lapse of the construction of the Empire State Building in 1930 and 1931. It only took 13 months to build it. I think it would take a lot longer these days. The Art Deco building is steel. It's a steel structure, although it looks like it's built entirely of cement when you see it from the outside, but it's basically a steel structure. There we go, all done. This room gives you kind of a feeling of what it would feel like if you were on one of the floors as it was being constructed with all the ironworkers. There's also plenty of photo opportunities with statue of ironworkers in this room as well. Construction began in March of 1930, and as you can see by the backdrop here, was completed in May of 1931. I like these little shadow boxes here. They show what you might have seen in the Empire State Building during the decades. This is 1930s. The 1940s and 50s. The 60s and 70s, groovy man. And stuff from the 80s to the 2000s. This is an example of the old relay switches that used to run the elevators. Today they're all computerized. I read somewhere that we had the technology to build skyscrapers long before we actually started to build them. However, it wasn't until the invention of the elevator that it became practical to build one. Hi, I have an appointment to see Mr. Smith. Okay, just take those stairs to the 89th floor. Some of the current tenants of the Empire State Building include Expedia Group, Citizens, LinkedIn, and Shutterstock. I have a feeling there's a lot more, though. And I do like Expedia. I book all my trips through them, so I kind of feel at home here. And here's some more corporate tenants. Hollywood has always had a love affair with the Empire State Building, and here's some movie and television posters. This room's pretty cool. Dozens of monitors showing different movies and television shows throughout the decades featuring the Empire State Building. See, I told you this was going to be a cool and fun trip, and we barely left the ground yet. And here we have King Kong, the famous gorilla who used to hang around this place all the time. A King Kong photo opportunity. Another photo opportunity if you want to be an executive in the 1940s. And here's a bunch of celebrities who had their own photo opportunities here at the Empire State Building. Alrighty then, what do you say we head up to the 80th floor first?
Folks, if you're not ready to go, wait for your little one around the corner. Not until loading time. Wait for your little one around the corner. Go smoke. Hey guys, hello, you can't do this. Move it around the corner. Let the line go.
Mira el techo, papi, mira. Mira allá arriba, ya sabe.
Welcome to the world's most famous building, and you get to see it built. Keep your arms and legs inside and keep your eyes open.
Okay, no
See
mires.
those hot rivets flying through the air? Nice catch!
Looks like the higher we go, the quicker the construction has to catch up.
Hey, watch it! I'm coming up here! Hey, Bucky, you gonna ride that thing all day? Do something useful, will ya? All right, we're coming up to the 80th floor. You're headed to the top of the Empire State Building right here in the heart of New York City.
Sí. Vamos para el 86.
And here we are at the 80th floor. And again, this observation deck was opened in 2019, very recently, and it's completely enclosed. All right, everyone out of my way. Didn't you know I was coming here? And our first view is looking west towards New Jersey. Those skyscrapers in the center are the brand new Hudson Yards. Check out that video on this channel. If you look really hard near the center, you'll see Broadway as it cuts through Herald Square and Macys all the way down there. By the way, just a fun fact, since the Empire State Building was originally built, it always had red windowsills on the inside and outside. You can barely notice them from the outside when you're looking up. However, when the sun hits them at a certain angle at a certain time of the day, they really stick out. Now some of you might be wondering, hey, Jeff from New York, what's the significance of the red windowsills? Well, there is none. I told you it was a fun fact. And here we are looking south towards downtown. That's the World Trade Center, that tall building in the center, which doesn't look too tall from here, but trust me, it's a little bit taller than this building. The Hudson River is on the right. The East River is on the left. You can barely see it, but it's there. And where they meet is the Upper New York Harbor, and you'll see Lady Liberty if you really squint. Another southern view. And thanks to some bad editing, you probably didn't realize, but the view has completely changed here. Now we're facing east towards Queens. That's the Chrysler building on the left. The views get much better when we go upstairs because there's no windows and no glare. But it's a lot windier, so you'll hear the wind. But, you know, it's not a perfect world, is it? So this is the line to the 86th floor elevator, as the staff conveniently points out that we're on the 80th floor right now. The next observation deck is on the 86th floor, and if you'd like to bypass the elevator and take the stairs, it's only 6 flights. Now, normally I would take them up on that because I'm a walker. However, I want to show you some of the cool stuff that you can see while waiting online here. Here we have another view from a window while I'm waiting online, and as I pan south down the East River, you can see Brooklyn on the horizon there. Here's some of the cool things you can see while waiting in line. All those suckers who took the stairs might get there sooner, but they missed all this stuff. You have some postcards, some souvenirs, some games, everything featuring the Empire State Building. Whoop, my turn. And there'll be no social distancing here.
사이다 escape. 왼쪽으로 나가주세요. Please exit left.
Ding! 86th floor, great views, lots of wind, photo opportunities. Watch your step.
When there's room on this side.
Alrighty then, looking east with no glare this time. That's Queens in front of us and the Chrysler Building to the left. Did I ever mention the Chrysler Building is my favorite building in the entire world? I probably did. So some of you might be thinking, hey, Jeff from New York, what's with the red lights? Are we in the red light district here? Well, no, the red light district went out decades ago. So that leaves us with perhaps 2 other options. First one being maybe the top of the Empire State Building is lit up in red tonight. By the way, still looking east. Hi, Queens. Or those are heaters keeping Jeff from New York warm on this cold and windy night. So, who thinks I'm surrounded by red light because the Empire State Building is lit up in red tonight? Well, you lose. Those red lights are actually heaters keeping us nice and warm and toasty up here on the 86th floor. Tonight, the Empire State Building is actually lit up in green and gold for some Australian holiday. I'm not sure which one, but it is lit up in green and gold. You'd never know it from up here, though. But when we leave here, I'll give you guys a shot from the street level and show you that it is really lit up in green and gold tonight.
No, yo creo que esa no es la de cada una.
Whoa! Here's a nice view looking north. The lit up buildings on the left, that cluster of buildings, would be Times Square. And beyond that is Central Park. Do you see it? Of course you don't, silly. It's a park and it's nighttime, so it's not lit up like everything else here in Manhattan. And now we're looking west, and you can tell that by the sunset, and that's Jersey off in the horizon. Hello, New Jersey. And an unobstructed southern view with the World Trade Center way off in the distance. So I'm sorry guys, I know the heaters are casting a weird red light on the video. It's really not that red up here, but on camera it does come up very red. But I really don't care, it's keeping my New York nuggets warm. So with the exception of downtown from, I'd say, Greenwich Village south, all the streets in Manhattan are in a grid. They run east to west and north to south. But you could always spot Broadway because it runs diagonally and intersects everything. Can you see Broadway from up here? Again, Broadway's not running up or down or left to right. It's running diagonally. Toasty, toasty New York nuggets, toasty. See, I told you it was green and gold, but you'll get a better view from 34th Street later. Anyway, that's where we're heading, the base of the antenna with my magical ticket. Alrighty, we've boarded the magical elevator to the 102nd floor of the Empire State Building. No more than 25 people have been up here. Well, at one time at least. So up here you have a 360-degree all-glass view of New York City. So floor 102 is not large at all, like I said. As a matter of fact, the elevator takes up a good portion of this space. It's located in the center of the area. It's a glass-enclosed 360-degree view of the entire city, including New Jersey and the outer boroughs. If I could live anywhere in Manhattan, I would choose this as my studio apartment. Of course, I'd have to hire a handy person because there's no utilities up here and I would like to have a kitchen, bathroom, and shower. Of course, all my dreams would come to a crashing halt the first time lightning strikes the antenna, which is quite often actually, about 100 times a year. That flashing red light is my camera, and if I've said it to myself once, I've said it to myself 1,000 times. I'm going to cover that light with a piece of tape, and I've yet to do it, and it's really annoying, and I apologize. In the 50s and 60s, my flashing red light would have been considered a UFO, and I could have made a small fortune, but lo and behold, it's the 2020s, and I'm not going to make a dime off that flashing red light, so I need to cover it. Whoa, there's an exit sign in the sky. That's so biblical. And another view north, there's Times Square. And guys, I really, really love this city. It's just amazing up here. Alrighty, let's start heading downstairs again. Here's some photo kiosks. I believe you can make some souvenirs here. And of course, if you want to leave the Empire State Building, which you must do by the end of the night, you have to exit through the Empire State Building souvenir shop. Perfect marketing. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, if you're a tourist visiting the city and you buy one of these Empire State Building replicas, don't expect to get past TSA with it on your flight home. You'll either have to check it with your checked luggage or ship it via UPS or FedEx or United States Postal Service, whatever, but you're not taking it on the plane with you. For obvious reasons. Just about everything here is available on the streets of Manhattan, so it's a lot cheaper there. So keep that in mind as you leave here and kind of resist buying stuff here. You're actually going to pass a Walgreens in a couple minutes, and we're going to pass it here on the video. It's a lot cheaper there, the same exact stuff. And it's cheaper in CVS and other souvenir shops along Broadway and everywhere else in Manhattan. So save your bucks as you walk through here. And on our way out on the right hand here, we have a Walgreens. And again, a lot of the stuff that we just walked through in the Empire State Building souvenir shop or gift shop is available here at Walgreens at a lot lower price. Hold on tight. And now we're heading down to the main lobby, the Fifth Avenue lobby of the Empire State Building. This main lobby of the Empire State Building is bleeding Art Deco. I love it so much. Before we go, check out the wall in the background and the carpet beneath our feet. Alrighty, that's one big bus loaded with a lot of people. And like I said, green and gold. Please click on the shizzle clip above to see how this building can really light up to some music. And now it is time to pick a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway winner. I printed my subscriber list and cut them into little pieces. As you can see, they're all different here, and I'm going to toss them into a Kirkland coffee can because that's what I have available. So I do these giveaways every once in a while, and please don't unsubscribe, because if you do, well, then you're not going to be eligible for the next $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. As long as you subscribe to this channel, the New York channel, you'll always be eligible for the next gift card giveaway. Shaky, 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 who's gonna winnie? And the winner is I Explore Louisiana. Must be a fan of my New Orleans playlist. Alright, so I'm going to try to get in touch with the I Explore Louisiana. All you scammers, don't try to create a new account named I Explore Louisiana. It's not going to work because I just checked that. And if I Explore Louisiana doesn't get in touch with me, well, then I'll have to pick another winner. But we'll give them some time, so let's see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.